right now we are streaming live. My name is Chama Innocent. I'm your host. Welcome to Matters for today. Let's quickly get right into it and talk about quite a few issues that's actually has been a cause of concern for Nigerians. And I want to talk about the recent wave of defections from the PDP to the APC. Now, a lot of people, Nigerians, political analysts, politicians, and people who are party members alike, have different opinions as to the reasons for these defections. Some are saying, oh, these people are defecting so that they can join the ruling party and actually be able to help their people better. While others are saying, look, these people are just joining this party to line their pockets. That is what they are doing. Like, you can't even tell me that these people are doing these for the good of Nigerians. But as a Nigerian, like, how does this make you feel? Right now, we have an ex-lawmaker, a former member of the House of Reps, and ex-presidential advisor, Dr. Usman Bugaje, who has accused the ruling APC of systematically using money to induce defections from the PDP. Now, speaking in an interview with a television station, Usman Bugaje claimed that the APC has been aggressively targeting opposition figures, leveraging both financial incentives and potential legal threats. He's saying, for what he knows, and he's also saying, doesn't claim to know everything, that the APC is basically using money to buy off the PDP. He's saying, some say it's a carrot and stick approach. The money is the carrot. What is the stick? Possibly the EFCC. They might do this kind of things, you know. This has been the practice since the time of President Obasanjo. He is saying that the APC is using the EFCC to threaten people from the PDP, saying if you don't join us, EFCC will come after you. But do you actually believe this though, right? Do people need any kind of incentive to actually join the ruling party? I mean, this is the ruling party we are talking about, which is more or less the winning team as at this moment. Who wouldn't want to join the winning team? Do they need any kind of incentive? Do they need any kind of inducement to actually join the APC? Okay, so like I said, this is the ruling party that we're talking about. Everyone wants to be on the winning side, and we know that Nigerian politics does not exactly have to do with ideology. A lot of Nigerians feel that it's more about the struggle for power and not any kind of political ideology like you have in the US political system, where you have the Republicans and the Democrats. There are other nations that have, you know, they have the liberals and the conservatives. Here, what we know is APC, PDP, SDP, and the Labour Party and other parties, right? And many times when you ask these politicians of their ideology, you know, they stutter and they're not able to tell you that, oh, this is what it is, or this is what I believe. They're just like, oh, I'm here to help Nigerians, which is a generic answer because Nigerians have heard that over and over and over and over again. Anyway, with the recent wave of defections and with the way the Labour Party is positioning itself, does the opposition look like it's ready for 2027? I know this is not the first time we're talking about it, but with every day we sleep and we wake up, 2027 inches closer. Now, here's another situation, right? The Independent National Electoral Commission, that is INEC, says it is yet to make a decision regarding the leadership of the Labour Party after the recent Supreme Court ruling. Now, sources within INEC have told journalists that INEC is still reviewing the court judgment, so they cannot even decide who is the leader of the Labour Party as at this moment. Now, speaking anonymously, due to a lack of authorization to speak to the press on the issue, one INEC official said that no decision has been made yet on the Supreme Court judgment of the Labour Party. Another official explained that the commission will make a decision only after studying the certified true copy of the judgment. He says the commission needs to obtain a CTC of the Supreme Court judgment, study it carefully to determine what the court intended before arriving at an informed decision. Now, you recall that on April 4, 2025, the Supreme Court had overturned an earlier judgment, an earlier ruling by the Court of Appeal that recognized Julius Abure as national chairman of the Labour Party. The Supreme Court said the appeal court lacked the jurisdiction over internal party matters. The Supreme Court said, look, this is internal party matters. You should let them solve it by themselves. Why they shook mouth? Why you wading into the issue? I mean, when you take an issue to court, you will expect that the judges will look at all the submissions and all the evidences put before them and actually give the judgment that favors the person who is actually right based on the position of the law in that particular situation. in all of this, with the wave of defections, the recent wave of defections that have hit the PDP, with the way the Labour Party seems to, I call it a 3-story building, because I call it a 3-story building, or do I even say a 2-story building, because you have the top floor, then the middle floor, then you have the ground floor. I don't know how I'm going to position them, but on one floor you have Lamidi Papa Arabambi and the Arabambi faction of the Labour Party. On another floor, you have the Julius Aburi and his supporters faction of the Labour Party. And then on another floor, I would say I'll put that on the top floor, because the presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the 2023 election belongs to that camp. And I'm talking about the Nenadi Usman Caretaker Committee. So the Labour Party is so divided amongst its own ranks that even people within the party are saying, oh, there is no problem. But every Nigerian and everyone who is politically conscious in Nigeria at this moment can actually see that there is a problem within the Labour Party. Okay, so with the way that the opposition is so divided amongst itself, many of them don't even know where they stand. How can they actually say that they are ready to phase out the APC in 2027? The APC, which is the ruling party, is doing its own work of ruling and then doing the work of the opposition by being the opposition, also by speaking like the opposition, acting like the opposition. All the opposition seems to be asleep, right? While the opposition seems to be so divided that they cannot even agree on if they want to have a coalition or not. And I keep saying Sowore raised a valid concern. That is Omoyele Sowore, presidential candidate of the AAC, and also, he always speaks a critic of this current administration, where he said that the last time we had a coalition, look, it brought the APC, which according to him has not worked for the good of Nigerians. How do we know that the next coalition will not even be worse? But the people who are talking about this, are they even ready to host a coalition at all? Are they even ready for this at all? Is the opposition moving like they are ready for what is coming in 2027? Would you actually be surprised if the APC wins with a landslide in 2027? Because they seem to be the only ones ready for this election, while every other party, they are just literally just dragging their feet. It's almost as if they are looking at it like, oh, 2027 is so far away, why should we stress ourselves so much? When the time comes, we will know how we will arrange ourselves before then. But that's not what it is. If there is one thing a lot of politically conscious people have learned, is that when it comes to politics, you want to start as early as possible, right? And the reason why you need to start as early as possible is so that you can actually convince the people on what you can do for them when they vote for you. It is very important for that to happen. A lot of people are disgruntled with the current administration. One would think that the opposition would actually take this time, and the opportunity to happen the displeasure of the people and say, okay, this is how we can do better when we come in 2027. But today you will see Atiku visiting Buhari, next tomorrow you will see one person visiting another person, and it's just a whole lot happening. But at the end of the day, when you ask Nigerians, they can't say that the opposition is moving in a way as if they are ready for the 2027 election. So 2027 election is another time for the people who feel that wrong was done in 2023 to right the wrong. So what exactly are you doing as a Nigerian to make sure that in 2027 things are different, right? Again, I'm going to say the same thing I said on the world news at 6 yesterday. Here is the thing: you have a lot of work to do as a Nigerian. And the earlier you realize that, the better it will be for all of us. You have a lot of work to do as a Nigerian, especially if you are a Nigerian that is disgruntled, if you're a Nigerian that's not happy with the status quo, if you're a Nigerian that feels that, oh, things should get better in this country. You want to work towards making sure that those things get better, right? If you walk out of your house, I don't know what area in Lagos you live, but I know that personally I have seen posters of door-to-door campaign for the ruling APC right now. I mean, the party that is in power is already gearing up ahead of 2027, and the people who are supposed to be their opponent, I saw lackadaisical. They seem to have their eyes closed. It's almost as if they are waiting on providence and all of that. If you are banking on the fact that the people are not happy with this current administration, you want to give them a vehicle to be able to follow, right? You want to give them a vehicle that they can actually jump on and say, okay, this is whom we are going to follow, this is the party we are going to vote for in the next election, so that we can phase out the APC. But if you are not positioning yourself in a way to make the people understand what it is that you're bringing to them, how exactly can they know that you are different from what they are saying, or you're different from the party that is in power at this moment? So let's talk about this, because it is very, very important. The readiness of the opposition ahead of 2027 elections. Look at the Labour Party. INEC is saying, we're still studying the certified true copy of the judgment, so that we can decide who's the real leader of the Labour Party at this moment. Because Papa is claiming that, I'm the oldest here, I should be the one who's the leader of the party. Julius Abure says, well, I mean, the last time we conversed, my people said I'm the leader of the party. Well, Peter Obi and Alex Oti, these are the presidential candidates of the party, and Alex Oti, Abia State Governor, they're saying, look, we are the ones that the people know, right? We want a caretaker committee for the interim until we are able to elect our own national chairman. On whose side do you think INEC would actually fall when this is done? Because some people in the party are saying, people misunderstood the Supreme Court judgment. If people did interpret the Supreme Court judgment, does that mean that Julius Abure should remain as chairman of the Labour Party? And if that is the case, until when? So we need to talk about this. I need you to also tell me, as a Nigerian, how are you preparing for the 2027 elections? How are you preparing? Especially now that INEC is saying that PVC may be phased out. We may now be voting without PVC. It's like you can just print your voting slip and you can use it to vote. Okay, so now that this is the case, how are you preparing for 2027 as a Nigerian? In fact, that's the long and short of all this long talk I've been talking since. That's what it is. How are you preparing for the 2027 elections? Are you gearing up? Are you talking to the people around you? Are you interfacing with your neighbors? Are you doing your own door-to-door, will I say, campaigns? Are you doing your grassroots mobilization? Are you doing your street-to-street sensitization? Are you letting people know that, okay, even if we do not really totally know all of the people who will be candidates for the 2027 elections, some have declared, some have not, but these are the qualities you should be looking out for in a potential leader. If the person is not like this, then do not vote for them, so that when the time comes, the person will be able to say, these are the qualities I'm looking out for in a leader. Okay, so when you know the qualities you're looking out for in a leader, in a president, in a governor, in a local government chairman, in a council chairman, actually, when the time comes to vote, you will not be conflicted. Even if somebody comes and pays you 5,000 naira, you will not leave the person you are supposed to vote for, the person you had planned to vote for, to go and vote for someone else because they have given you one amount of money or so. You would also know that when people come to the polling unit to try to give you some money so you can vote for one particular party or one particular candidate, that this person is trying to steal your future from you, knowing fully well if they give you 1,000 or 2,000 or 5,000 or 10,000 or even 100,000 naira, how many days can it feed you for? So the earlier we begin to actually do our own political permutations as the citizens and stop waiting on the opposition, seeing as they are not being very proactive, the better for us. This is Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. In 1 minute, you'll be able to call in to actually be a part of the conversation. My name is Choma Innocent. I want to know your name and your location. When you call in, please turn down the volume on your radio set. Before you call in, please turn down the volume on your radio set. And also, when you call in, make sure whatever you're saying is fact. All right, like I always say, we are not here to play blame game. I dare say we already know what the problems of Nigeria is. Let us look for a solution. The question is, how are you preparing for 2027 as a Nigerian citizen? How are you preparing for 2027? How are you preparing to do something different in 2027? How are you making sure that the people around you will vote for the right candidate, who you think to be the right candidate in 2027? 0803 692 9933 0803 692 9933. That's the number you can call to be a part of this conversation. If you'd rather send a message on WhatsApp, you can send it to 0817 175 6338 0817 175 6338 on WhatsApp. We're streaming live on YouTube, so you can leave a comment right there via P903 FM. Now, one reason why a lot of Nigerians are not happy with the current administration is because of the issue of incessant insecurity that has bedeviled so many different states, from Plateau to Benue to Benue to Enugu to Ondo, different states. You've seen bandits, unknown gunmen, armed herdsmen perpetrating evil and bloodshed all across the country. Just today, this morning, while you were sleeping and snoring in your safe residence, herdsmen went to a community in Benue State, the same Benue that has been under attack for many weeks now, and they killed 7 people and abducted others, including little children. So these people don't even care if the person they want to kill is an infant. They go ahead and do whatever they have in mind, which is one of the reasons why a lot of people are not happy with the current administration, because they feel that the current administration is not actually taking the issue of insecurity very, very serious, right? Which is what the opposition, if the opposition knows what it's doing, would have banked on to say, okay, if we come into power, you will no longer be experiencing this. But then again, we'll go back to it, and I'm asking you as a Nigerian, how are you preparing for 2027? 0803 692 9933 0803 692 9933. That's the number you can call to be a part of this conversation. You can send a message on WhatsApp or call me on WhatsApp 0817 175 6338. You're my first caller for the day. Good afternoon. How are you doing? How are you doing? What's the name of location, please?
Yeah, my name is Chipi. I'm calling from Apapa.
Welcome, Chipi. Thank you for calling.
Yes, Choma, you asked a question, how are we preparing for 2027 election?
Yes, as citizens.
You see, it is very simple. It's not that difficult. That is why APC will tell you that some people don't have structure and they have structure. What is there is, let me use myself as an example. I'm not going to only convince people to vote for who I want to vote for.
Okay.
But I can influence above 200 people. My family, my friends, and my business partners. So I know that my influence, only my body language, I don't even need to tell them who is to vote for. But I will tell them who I want to vote for so that they vote for the same person.
Are you doing that already? Or you are waiting for 2027 or waiting for 2026 to do that?
No, when time comes, that's what I'm telling you about the people who make argument about structure. If you go to any local government, somebody must have influence to that local government chairman and the traditional rulers there. So it is how many people you can be able to convince to vote for who you think is the right person. So if all of us who is thinking to vote for a competent person can be able to influence some other people who think that they can believe what we are saying, then the deal is done. We don't need to go and be looking onto opposition or anybody. So let us organize ourselves and carry people along to vote for right person. At the end of the day, our vote will overwhelm. You mean the person I think you think I might be likely to vote for? It is not that too difficult when you look at what the person have done before, and it is a very big deal for anybody who want to contest the election and that person is not you don't have any case on CC or any of these
so you're saying someone who doesn't have any corruption case against them, is that one for you?
Yes, one. And secondly, the track record of that particular person also matters. Like the problem we are facing now is written in front of us before this man called Tinubu came in. You can't expect anything from that kind of person who have different kinds of criminal accusation.
What kind of criminal affiliations? Because that's why I said talking with facts, right? It's not enough to just say, oh, I heard that.
It's not the same person.
If it's not proven,
it is very clear. It is very clear. It is very clear since he become governor of Lagos State. Lagos State have been under bondage, and he is the one who have put Lagos under siege. He's been accused of dealing with
right now.
So many things. So you can't expect that kind of person who already have You know, so some kids are
Thank
killed
you for your call.
on him. So we have to
Thank you
look
for
out
your
for
call.
track
I
record too.
appreciate it.
Yeah,
What's your
thank you.
name? What's your name and your location? Hello?
Chike from my papa.
Thank you, Chike, for your call. I do appreciate you. 0803-692-9933. 0803-692-9933. Call the number to be a part of this conversation right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Leave a comment on YouTube. We're streaming live right now. And also, you can send messages on WhatsApp or call me on WhatsApp 0817 175 6338. Hello, how you doing?
Hello?
What's your name and location? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
What's your name and location, please?
Oh, you have Mr. Batman on the line.
Welcome to the conversation. Thank you for calling.
My name, as for me, are they prepared? Are they chill like this?
Okay.
But I have only two fear. Those people that they will go and collect 1,000 from the hand.
Mm.
Would they allow us to come outside and vote?
Okay.
That's my two fear. If or not, I have my blog. I have my own blog that I'm using. But I will influence them. I will tell them this is the better candidate for us to go for. And then I'll do it 2023.
Are
and
you doing that already, or you are waiting for later?
I say I'm ever ready. Current concern. Me, I dey ready like this. I dey work 24/7. We try it on the 2023 and then work. And then we able to win Lagos. So we see dating. We never move. The only two fear will be those that will allow people to come outside and vote, or those military they will go back and collect 1,000 naira from their hand and then change the vote. That's my only fear. If or not, they are gone.
Mm.
No,
Okay. The only fear is that if you do all of this, you want the votes to count.
I don't fear if we come outside the overwhelm their region, they can't reach. One will come outside overwhelm them, for Lagos to win them hands down. So we not unless people not come outside, people come outside overwhelm them, they can't reach. But if people didn't come outside, they can reach it and then it's over, and they will continue suffering. So people, what I'm praying is that people should come outside and march. If they want to kill us, make them kill us. After all, we are dying. So people should come outside. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. 0803-692-9933. 0803-692-9933. That's the number you can call to be a part of this conversation. This is Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. Hello. Hi. What's your name and location, please?
It's Dimo Foreman on the line.
Welcome to the conversation. Where are you calling from?
Thank you, John. Wonderful, my girl.
Welcome. Go ahead, please.
Please, my daughter. These policies they happen, we have been contemplating. If they can allow us, as the last person said, to come and vote, I think our conscience, all of us, because this thing that is between the president and the whole Nigerians, we are suffering. That's what they said in the news that 2027, more people will be suffering. I don't know whether I will be among. I don't know whether my family will be among. So why can't we join our hands and vote them out?
Mm.
But we don't know what to be their plans before that time. But for all the whole Nigerians, we are ready. Make sure we vote them out. But our fears is now that is so-called INEC. You see, when they got our appeal or something, what they call federal court, will say something. Say this man is no more choice. When they go to the office there, they use their own photo paper and still use that very particular person without respecting the law. That's the only thing. We are afraid. That's all the but only thing why we are before that day that you can even arrange talks. If you come out, they will say do this, that. And I know the intervention of God is still of the way coming. We can't, because of one person, we cannot do whatever we want to. If we allow it, my sister, no, there will be no Nigeria again. If we allow this one party system, no, we are going to suffer. The poor people is going to suffer far more. Imagine now, since the what you call them, not that they have kids, they're killing every day. Every day. Even as we are talking now, the people they will kill tomorrow, they are there now, watching and eating. They know that they will end this night or tomorrow morning, they don't know. We are not sure of ourselves, as all of us talking now. Not all of us will reach that time. They have their plan against the poor people. So nobody is happy of this thing that's happening. Honestly, we are not happy. But God help us to give effort to bear the whole thing. We are going to do either do or die with them. It's the only thing they will tell me to kill us, tell everything to massacre us. It's better for us to tie the hand to die out of hunger.
Thank you so much.
Many times are wishing. It's not good.
Thank you so much for your call. I do appreciate it. 0803-692-9933. How are you as a citizen? How are you preparing for 2027? Have you begun your own sensitization? Are you telling the people around you? Are you giving them reasons why they should vote for your preferred candidate? What are you looking out for in a potential president or governor? What are you looking out for in a potential leader? Turn down the volume.
Hello, good afternoon.
Turn down the volume of your radio set. Turn down the volume of your radio set.
Yes, my name is Joseph.
Where are you calling from, Joseph?
I'm speaking from Motion actually.
Welcome.
So, yes, what I am saying really is not something somebody can just be predicting of a time when you don't know what is going to happen tomorrow. And the other thing I wish to say is that people be camping from one party to the ruling party is what I believe the encyclopedia called political prostitution, which has been so eruptible into our system. And what are they going to gain from that? 2026 is not yet over. 5 years we have not known it. Then they are talking of 2027. Who is going to go to that land? That's my question.
Okay. Thank you so much for your call. 0803-692-9933. 0803-692-9933. You can call the number to be a part of the program. That's the number for direct call. You can actually also try 0700 903 903 903. If you call either of these numbers, I'll take it. I want to hear from you. We're streaming live on YouTube, so go leave a comment. VOP 903 FM, VOP 903 FM on YouTube. So you can leave a comment, send your messages on WhatsApp as well. Okay. All right, we have quite a number of messages on WhatsApp. Can't take them all, but I'll take what I can. Good afternoon, VOP. Please help me wish my chairman happy birthday, Chief Dr. Mazi Samuel Okechukwu Iwajoko from Ihanyin Nadi Quits Aviation. CSO, thanks. All right, happy birthday to you, Chairman Chief Dr. Mazi Samuel Okechukwu Iwajoko. I hope you have an amazing day today. I hope you feel loved. I hope that the people who love you rally around you and they make you feel happy today. Okay, 0803-692-9933. 0803-692-9933. Hello. Please turn down the volume on your radio set before you call. It's very important. If you don't do that, we can't have a smooth conversation. Okay, I always say this, not just for saying sake, but because you can see how it interferes with the quality of the conversation. Good afternoon. Welcome to
Good afternoon.
How are you doing today?
Thanks, Amanda.
Welcome, Ben.
Chairman, the opposition said they don't need to even complain against Mr. President. They don't even need to say anything at all. You know, they are six pillars of yours. They are six pillars within this country. You, Mr. President, only 2 years to dismantle this pillar. All these pillars are campaigning against it. Number one is the interest rate that makes it very difficult for business. That pursue all the investors out of this country. 30% interest rate from single digit to 30%. Number two is foreign exchange from 450 official rate to 1,600. Number three is the fuel price from 190 naira to 1,000 naira per liter fuel. The next one is import duty. Import duty times 6. Container now, 40 big container, I think about 30 million to come out. When people take over, it was 5 million. The next one was NEPA deal. NEPA deal now. 200 and this naira per kilowatt. Before, I pay in my yard 3,000 naira monthly for NEPA bill. Now I'm paying 15,000 naira every month. The last number 6. Number 6 is agriculture. Agriculture. You see what is happening to farmers in the farmland. Anytime I make one agriculture, I mention farmers. The next thing that will enter your mind is the killing of farmers in the terrorists that occupy the farmland and that killing farmers. All these things are campaigning against Mr. President. And I wonder, the first thing we used to go and confront Nigerians, let's say now he will start 36 states tour. He will go to states, all these states they are killing people. He will go to all these states, planning herdsmen and sack farmers. From Nigeria is an agri-based country. Nigeria doesn't depend on federal government for anything. And what they want is to enter their farmland, farm and eat. People eat from their farmland. Now, everywhere, nobody is farming everywhere. Look at the plateau. What is coming from plateau now? Pepper coming from plateau. Irish potato, sweet potato. Look at the cucumber. Apple. The only state where apple is growing in Nigeria. So I go and price all these things in the market now. Look at Benue yam. Before, I traveled to Abuja 2017. We were buying a tuber of yam on 100 naira from Abuja. From Abuja, in the village farm, in the village market. So yam now is how much? They are putting all these things we campaign against it. We go and say, yeah, Papa did this, yeah, Papa did this, and you see what people will reply them. People with the Instagram money, they will collect money and run away. What I'm pleading with Nigerians is that we should go to National Assembly. Nobody should be protesting against people. Go to National Assembly and protest to National Assembly. Their constituency representatives, let them give us good electoral ads. I'm telling you the truth, people will not win any local government in this country. Nigerians are dying. They are dying from terrorists. They are dying from hunger. They are dying from sickness. Everything is against us. Look at all these things. It is dismantled. There is no country that will survive one. You know what 30% interest rate means? The highest interest rate in the whole world. If you borrow 100 million from bank to do business, you will pay interest of 30 million. Who else who can survive that? That is why industry they left. Look at NEPA deal. Look at NEPA deal. Hospitals are paying 50 million, 60 million monthly. NEPA deal. If you go to hospital now, people are dying of sickness. So thank you so much.
Thank you for your call. Thank you for your call. I do appreciate it. 0803-692-9933. All right, I got an SMS about an emergency situation, and I do hope that the people who can attend to this are listening. MC Chooks just came in. I think I might need your help, please. Somebody just sent a message, but you didn't tell me your name and where you're writing from. You said, please call 112. Somebody fell on the road and sustained head injury. The place is at Tonade Street, Ikeja, close to Ikpodo. Please help, call emergency. Someone just sent a message, just sent an SMS. This SMS was sent at 2:30 p.m. saying somebody fell on the road and sustained a head injury. The place is at Tonade Street, Ikeja, close to Ikpodo. Please help, call emergency. The chicks want me to call the emergency responders right here, right now. All right, but still to be on the safe side, I'm sure there will be people around there who will also be looking at it, but I do hope that person is being attended to already. But let's also do our bit. 0803-692-9933. 0803-692-9933. This is Matters right here on Voice of the People 19.3 FM. I've directed that to Mr. Chooks, and he's actually trying to verify the information and also try to get across to emergency responders if this is indeed the situation. Although one would say that someone could not just be lying about someone falling and having a head injury on the road. You could have a family member of that person listening right now and not actually knowing that it is the family member that this is happening to. So we'll do our bit to ensure that this person is rescued and actually taken to the hospital and that they're okay at the end of the day. Welcome to Matters. Good afternoon. Hello, are you there? Welcome to Matters. Good afternoon. All right, send your message on WhatsApp 0817-175-6338. 0817-175-6338 on WhatsApp. This person says, "Good afternoon, Sister Chioma. I'm Chiemezim from Ijesha Tedo. I was having a conversation which led to an argument just yesterday with one of these administration supporters. Although I rendered her speechless, but I noticed she still believes in this current APC government. It's not their fault. I pray for the insecurity ravaging the northern part to come down." You can't say this. I'm sorry, I will not continue with the rest of your message. You cannot say that you want insecurity happening in the north to come down to the west so that the people who support this administration can feel it. You will feel it too. You are saying you don't mind something evil happening to you to prove a point to your neighbor. Haba now. Haba. Good afternoon, Chioma. It's so unfortunate that when I hear people on radio, nobody call and say anything good about the government. I pray we'll all be wiser by 2027. Aneke Chinoso, thank you so much. Good afternoon, Chioma. I'm Godwin from Lagos. The current defection has aptly justified the fact that Tinubu is administering the country the way he did in Lagos. He never broke to position. However, Nigerians should not be dismayed by the unholy defection to APC. The 2027 election is between the Nigerian people and the ruling party. All the opposition parties will align when the time comes. A lot of those defecting now will be the nemesis that are going to work against APC at the end of the day. Their defection is not out of genuine intention. Rather, is out of a fear of working as opposition. On security, this administration understands the causes of insecurity and killings across the country, but they lack the political will to combat them. Tinubu is after power, just like most of the governors. Thank you. Thank you for your message. Good afternoon, Chioma. How I'm preparing for the 2027 election, if God give me the grace to witness that day. I have learned from 2022 election, which I suffered under sun without eating, just so that I can defend my vote. And also with the scarcity of Naira, we suffered for the sack of an election that was already decided before the election. So, my first preparation is storing raw cash now before then. Also save for enough food. Fuel and internet connection that will keep me at home during the election to avoid Agboro nuisance that day. Fred from Alakija. Fred, what you are saying is that you will disenfranchise yourself by not voting. Why now? You have PVC, you have the time, you have the day, you have the election going on. Why not vote? Shema, without electoral reforms, forget it. It will still be grab and run with it politics. At the end, you are asked to go to court. Who's court? Same APC, who didn't see intimidation in Lagos. If they don't want to vote, what did the police say? That it's a joke. Really, gale of defection to APC is amalgamation of professionals and apprentices of riggers. They'll do the same by 2027. Unfortunately, our National Assembly are snoring. Imagine daily killings and taken by people they call foreigners over people's land. Yet, federal government has no solution. Choma, how am I preparing for 2027 elections? Let me ask Google. Chijoke from Isolo, is it Google that will tell you how you are preparing? Who is next in the campaign exercise to APC? Is this Egbe? Hey, but that be the INEC chairman Pro Max this time around? Questions. Afternoon, chairman. For the people defecting to APC, it shows that loyalty for this government is cash and carry. Everybody gets agenda. It's not about performance, no ideology, no capacity. It's all about money and personal interest. Once you've looted your state dry, you're welcome. Like Oshimole once said, once you come, your sins are forgiven. You wonder what the government will campaign on, but they're intentionally weaponizing poverty. They believe the people will be bought over during election time when they've turned people to beggars in the midst of plenty. Economic disaster through obnoxious policies is a shame. The worst of us is ruling the best of us. Thank you for your message. Afternoon, Chairman. The truth of the matter is that all the crops of politicians we have now are all selfish and stomach infrastructure people. The only Messiah we have is Obi if he will not compromise. Okon from Songo Ifo. Do not take anybody as a Messiah, no matter what it is, no matter how you agree with what they are saying. Do not take anybody as a Messiah, because when you take someone as a Messiah and then they disappoint you, you just feel so frustrated. All right, so don't take anybody as a Messiah. At the end of the day, they're all politicians. Please turn down the volume on your radio set before you call in. Please turn down the volume on your radio set before you call in. John from Ijanikin says, this wave of defection will cause a big problem for APC during their primaries. What will happen to those APC members who lost to PDP and LP in the last general election? Because they would like to contest again in 2027. The Supreme Court has successfully opened a new chapter in the crisis rocking the Labour Party. How can they say court has no power in determining who become party chairman, but they can interfere in marital affairs? What's the correlation? The Supreme Court deliberately did this because John from Ijaniki no be so. Good afternoon, Chairman Innocent. The wave of defection to APC is purely for selfish reasons. The defectors, the electors, have no consideration for the masses who voted them in. Nigerians should know very well that the 2027 elections are between APC and the suffering masses. Chima from Surulere. Hello.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman.
What's the name and location, ma'am?
This is Grandma Maggie speaking.
Grandma Maggie, how you doing today, ma? Happy Friday, TGIF.
Thank you. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you. Thank you for calling. Go ahead, please.
Yes, the thing is that Nigerians, whether they are in the coalition or no coalition, I think if Nigeria loves themselves, and if they know they don't have any other country, if you all come out and vote out this government. Though on my own side, I used to tell people that if you don't come out and vote, you have no right to complain to me. Don't complain. Don't complain. Because you are part of those that sold out this country to those people we don't want in government. So the thing is that if Nigerians love themselves, they should understand that the money they are giving them is their own tax, their own right that they have denied them of. They are now giving them as a form of cash. What they have taken from them, Yorùbá say, "Àǹfọwọ́ àbú ṣe àbúlá lẹ́jọ́." You are collecting from Abu. At the same time, you are using that money to entertain Abu. Literally, that is what it means. So if Nigerians love themselves, let them come out and vote out this government. But if they like, let them say, there should be, we know they will give us their candidate. I know INEC and the judiciary has turned themselves to politicians. They know whom they will give it to. So let us all. Hello.
I can hear you.
Let us all come out and vote. Then we all cry out to God that we have done our own part. Let him come out and justify us and help us. That is my own thing. Thanks for picking my call after a long while.
Thank you so much.
And have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you so much. I do appreciate you, and I hope you have a happy weekend. 13 minutes before 3 p.m. on the number one station that gives you a voice. This is Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. Call me up and let's have a conversation. This is Matters. Whatever you have to say is very important, as long as you stay within the bounds of reason, facts, and figures. Okay, you can leave a comment on YouTube. Love Daniel says, Nigerians, after how many innocent souls before una go wake up? Now, wow, and some are shouting 2027 already. If you still believe in Nigeria, that means you will forever remain a mumu. How can we not believe in our fatherland? We're born into Nigeria. We have to keep believing in the country and keep doing our best to make it work. Okay, so please, even if you do not believe in Nigeria, or you feel that, oh, you want to go and find greener pastures elsewhere, please do not discourage the people who still believe in the country and are trying to make it work. Welcome to Matters. Good afternoon.
Hello, Choma. Good afternoon.
How are you doing?
Fine. This is Paul from Ebeda.
Welcome, Paul. Go
Choma.
ahead.
Yeah. Within my own environment where I live, where I do business, I started enlightening people.
Okay.
And I can tell you, 99.5% of people I have spoken to across board, across tribe and religion, every one of them agreed that they are suffering and that this APC will be voted out in 2027. I am prepared. My household is prepared. At least from my own side, my household, the environment where I live, where I do my business, I am sure of mobilizing about 300 people. Last 2023, I did the same. So the people in the village, I have called them, and they said they have been sensitized and they are going to vote out APC. Then I was in the north recently, and the story is even worse than what we are seeing here. The northerners are suffering more than what we are suffering here. I tell you the truth. And every man you speak to will tell you that APC 2027, another party. I am telling you. Now, whether Labour is doing well or not doing well, whether PDP is doing well or not doing well, we are not voting party this time. We are going to vote on individuals. We are not voting. Nigerians' eyes are open. We are not interested in parties. After all, Obi only campaigned for 3 months and got about 6.something million. He had no structure. He had no governor, no local government, no house of assembly. So we are not defending those who are defecting our politicians. Nigerians are not defecting. The poor Nigerians, the tomato seller, the groundnut seller, the akra fryer, the shoemaker, the truck pusher, the policeman on the road. All of us are the ones suffering, and we are not defecting. It is Nigerians versus APC 2027. And by the grace of Almighty God, we are coming out as victors. Supreme Court have ruled and have given the caretaker committee of Labour Party as a winner, the upper land, and struck out what cross appeal that Abure brought. So what are they interpreting? Unless APC, unless INEC has become to APC and become part of the members of APC, if not, there is nothing to study. It's almost going to a month now that judgment was given. What are they studying? It's a plain language. So if they are saying they are studying, maybe they have become, they are now a new member of APC. Let us know. But Nigerians are ready. Mobilization is going on. People are being spoken to. And I tell you, the larger percentage of Nigerian masses will come out 2027 and vote. All we are asking God is to give us life and good health. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you for your call. I do appreciate you. 0803-692-9933. 0803-692-9933. I'll have to leave in a few minutes. So you have just 1 minute for this call. What's your name and location, please?
Good afternoon.
Hi, what's your name and location? Go ahead, please.
My name is Boniface. I'm calling from Badagry.
Welcome, Boniface. All right, go ahead.
You see the problem in Nigeria now. The only problem we have now is the judiciary and the INEC. Not until that this is being reformed, that no president in power has the right to appoint or to disappoint, has to remove the INEC and the judiciary. That is the only way. Without that, this government, they are not doing anything. They only believe in rigging election. That is why, and they said.
Thank you for your call.
Hello?
Thank you for your call. We have to go. 0803-692-9933. That's the number you can usually call when you want to have a conversation with us. We're streaming live on YouTube as well. And I also got some of your messages on WhatsApp. Let me quickly take your messages so that we can go. KK Gold on YouTube said, before we can get it right in this country, unless we reform our electoral system, with the current INEC chairman, 2027 is a walkover for President Tinubu. All right, on WhatsApp, Chama, if you're president and his musketeers have done well, why are you forcing governors to join your party? By saying, if you don't join us, we'll make sure you don't win second term, and if you win, they will make them lose. Okay, thank you for your message. With the Chama, all the governors that are the camping from one party to the other, are they going to lose their position, or their immunity protects them to go against the constitution they swore to uphold? God is watching. The governor, Isaac from Idimu, the governor can defect. It is actually lawmakers who will lose their seats when they defect. Before the governor, they can defect without losing their seats. Okay, Tinubu has really failed Nigerians. He's still talking about 2027. Does it mean he doesn't have a conscience? Now, wow. God, please send help. Grace, where are you writing from? I was surprised yesterday the comment made by Benue governor that the killing in Benue was over politicized. Please, Nigerians, ask Governor Aliyah if he is not from DRC Congo, from Bariga. Okay, you're not fail. I've been calling since no one is speaking. You're not fair. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. You know what? When I start matters on Monday, be one of the first to call, and I promise you I'll let you talk. But right now, I have to go. Osi Moran, thank you so much for your message. You're saying, help me wish my able sister in the barracks, Mrs. Adeyemi Blessing Adejoke, happy come 2027. Chidera from Mafoluku. All right, it's not enough to just say, oh, we're going to vote out APC. We don't want APC anymore. No, you have to do the groundwork. Anything you see the APC doing, do double of it. All right. So you need to start your own mobilization as well. Don't wait for any opposition political party to tell you what to do. You have to start doing something by yourself. If you believe what the PDP is saying, that in 2027 it will be the APC versus Nigerians, then you should start making your own move as well. All right. So ahead of 2027, position yourself rightly, look out for the right candidate, and vote wisely. My name is Chama Innocent, and let's do this again next week. Thank God it's Friday. Make sure you do something beautiful for you, something wonderful for yourself today, even if it is to buy a can of soft drink or soda. If you don't drink soda, that's okay. Even if it's to just buy some ice cream, even if it's to just buy biscuits for yourself, do something to make yourself happy today. I understand that it's not easy, but we cannot allow ourselves to be frustrated. Okay, have an amazing day. M. Chooks and Dr. Walkie Talkie will be here very, very shortly, and they will be coming to make you laugh. My name is Chama Innocent. Let's do this again, same time, same station next week. Have a wonderful Friday.
Welcome to the best exclusive radio station, VOP 90.3, bringing you the best mix of the best music.
Please note, the views and opinions expressed on this program solely those of the individual contributors and do not necessarily represent the official views of the Voice of the People 90.3 FM, Lagos. We do not endorse or take responsibility for any content shared by our followers or third-party users. Thank you.
This is your number one radio station.
90.3.
The One Radio. You tune in on your way home. This is the one. VOP 90.3 FM.
From the views on the street,
we go to bed empty hunger,
to the blaring horns of a hustling city, the loudest voices of the common man got a medium to be heard.
This particular administration, they were coming unprepared.
It's not a bad thing to renovate the president's lodge.
Through top-notch programming, unbiased reportage of news, sports, business, entertainment, and cultural documentaries, Voice of the People 90.3 FM became a symbol for 21st century media. And now, a new baby is born. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV, youthful, full of vigor and pressure for excellence in the continent's media space, exposing the wrongs, applauding the rights, dissecting the news without fear or favor, through factual and accurate stories and contents.
Corruption kills three things and makes a society.
Representing the interests of the people and giving them a voice. Voice of the People TV is here to stay towards building a fair society. VOP TV, Voice of the People Television, truly a voice for the people.
If you want to be heard, say here. Voice of the People 90.3 FM, 90.3 FM. Voice of the People, find your brand, find your voice.
Oga politician, this money wey you carry come your constituency come dey distribute anyhow. No be say dem say make you distribute am, na to do community work. Wetin happen if you no fit do the work wey dem ask you to use the money do? Return the money to government treasure. We need our money. Make people no call you ole o. If you do like ole, dem go call you ole.
One hit at a time. The best music, the best radio. Voice of the People 90.3 FM, VOP 90.3 FM. This is the station that gives you a voice.
How can you be humiliated when